Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar, and I am off work. I am at the car wash, or at least I'm about to turn into the car wash. I am tired, but not sleepy, if that makes any sense. I had a really great day at work too, despite me being tired and all of that. I had to cool off, so that's why I'm so far away and starting later than I normally would in my journey home. So, yeah, but this person taking forever. Okay. Anyway, y'all. So, after I uploaded what I uploaded yesterday for the Water Day post, tell me why random stuff was happening. And I was just like, why? Why does stuff be happening? It's so random. So, the divorced man reached out to me, and I was shocked because this is 2 days in a row. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? And so he reached out and he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm fine, how are you? And now keep in mind, the dude who has the two young kids had already reached out to me, and we were on the phone. We hadn't even been on the phone.
We look forward to seeing you again.
You get on my nerves. We hadn't even been on the phone a good 5 minutes before he called. I was like, dang it, hold on, let me call you back. So he was like, okay. So after a while of me not responding, not really responding, with me not calling him back or texting him or anything, old boy was like, okay, so I guess I'll talk to you later or something. I don't know. The way he said it, you could tell it was, he kind of in his feelings because I ain't, message him right back or call him right back. So, yeah. I feel like this is my supervisor in front of me. Her car nice, though. Y'all, my bad. But anyway, I think my supervisor is in front of me in this vehicle that's in front of me. It's a really nice car. Anyway, so I got off the phone and I'm talking to the divorced man. And so he like, how you doing? And all this other stuff. So I'm kind of saying to myself, like, wow, okay, why he reach out again so soon? Like, he be sleeping with his son and all this other stuff. And like I told y'all before, he went a whole month without reaching out to me. And I'm like, you have my number, you have my social media, you see me at work, or basically you know where I am. Even if you don't know where I am, meaning thinking that, oh, okay, worst case scenario, she should be in her department, before you leave out of work on a day that you work and I'm in the building as well, you can just drop by. And even when he first comes in, since I usually don't call out. Now, if I do call out, it's like way in advance. It's not the day of. Like, I gotta be in the emergency room or something like that for me to call out. So, like that. Let me put it like that. So, when you come in, you can see where I am. Your last 2 hours of the day, whenever you go to your last break, you can look at the schedule and see, oh, okay, she's gonna be here tonight, in the morning, whatever. And before I leave out, I'm going to make sure I lay eyes on her, because I know she's big on communication and, you actually putting in effort. So, yeah, for me, I'm just like, you ain't saying nothing to me on the phone. Now, all of a sudden, it's like every time I say to myself, okay, I need to just pull back. Let me pull back. They got something going on. I don't know what it is. Your birthday happened. You didn't say that to me on your birthday. You know what I'm saying? You didn't update me to let me know about the luxury room that you were going to be getting and all this stuff. And, because he made a point to ask me like a month or two in advance at the least about that. Because he was talking about, well, I want you to be able to be with me. And I'm like, okay. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I think I got a couple of days So worst case scenario, I'm gonna at least take one of my days and I'll spend it with him. Now I didn't know whether or not I was gonna like bake a cake or something for him, or excuse me, yo, the cold air is making me yawn because I'm not sleeping. I didn't know if I was gonna bake a cake for him because y'all know baking is very therapeutic for me. But I know how to cook as well, so you know, he's seen some things that I've made, whether it was baking or cooking, and he said everything looked like it was good. And I told him, well, you know, trying to do the alkaline thing, so a lot of the stuff is just not in the house no more. So you know, I'm talking about down to like most ingredients, like when I'm cooking certain things from scratch. So yeah, I ain't got nothing, so I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, y'all. This cold air is trying to do me in. I might need to turn it off. Yeah, let me turn it down one more again. Then after that, I'm gonna have to turn it off because it's got me yawning hard. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, when we were on the phone, he was venting to me about work and what happened. Y'all, he ended up being so sick and tired at work the other day of them folks that he said, I already pulled a 12-hour shift. So Friday, I think he pulled a 12-hour shift. No. It's Thursday leading into Friday. So when I got to work, he was still there. So I felt like he was there, and I don't know why. That was the crazy part about that. Like, I actually felt like he was there. I never paid attention to what his, work schedule is now. But come to find out, the schedule that I'm getting, it is the same schedule. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You ain't got to look in your mirror at me. You gonna sit up here. You got to go to Dunkin' Donuts so bad that you can't even put on a turn signal. So if somebody, okay, let me calm down. Because if I was to would have ran into her, it would have been a problem. So I look right at her. She's looking in the rearview mirror at me. Don't even look. Don't look in the side view mirror at me. Don't even look at me. You should have said, I'm sorry. Something. Do that. So y'all, my bad. These people are just so ignorant. So he telling me that he already pulled a 12-hour shift the day prior. So then, meaning Thursday leading into Friday. So then he has to work Friday. So I'm talking to him yesterday. He called me Friday. We talked. He called me, wait a minute, what's today? Friday or Saturday? Anyway, he called me Thursday and he called me Friday. So yeah, now today is Saturday, I think, y'all. I don't be keeping up with nothing. I just be so confused. I'll really be confused. I'm turning this off because this got me yawning. Something terrible. This don't make no sense. But yeah, anyway, he called me 2 days in a row. That's the gist of what I'm saying. The first day he called me, he didn't really say nothing about how everything was going. But the only thing that did happen was that the electricity went out, and I told y'all about that. But after that, he ended up calling me the next day, which I think was, Friday? So he telling me, man, I took a half. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, they was trying me. He said he came in with nothing set up the way it was supposed to be set up. They set him up to fail, and then they be trying him because they be wanting him to head up the meetings. Whoever the person is that goes to get the schedules, if you are in the position that he's in, either you or a supervisor is the one who heads up the meetings. So there are literally 4 to 6 of those particular types of people that per department, right? And so then it's either between one of them or the supervisor that's gonna head up the meeting and be like, hey y'all, this is what's going on, because all you're doing is reading off what's going on the schedule. Like, that's it. So they've been trying him like the last couple of weeks, and they know that he gets to work super early. So they sit up there and be like, oh, well, if you running this particular part of the department, then you got to get the schedule. And so he said he done caught on that they just like the fact that he already be there, and they ain't got to go and worry about getting the schedule. And because you got to go get the schedule. The schedule is in a whole nother direction, leading away from where the meetings are held. So it's like, boy, y'all be doing the most. I'm so glad I don't do his job. But anyway, y'all, so He said they already was trying him with that. Then he said they be trying him when he said nothing would run the way it was supposed to run. Everything was just tore up. Everything was acting a fool. He was like, you know what? I ain't got time. And he said he walked out. He said he told the folks in the staffing office, I'm taking a half, man. I'm gone. I was like, y'all, he don't play by his money. Like, for him to leave, you got to be really, really trying him. Like, it has to be like everything in the world going wrong. So I was like, yeah, at least for you to walk away from your money on your normal day, I understand you saying, man, I was assigned to come up in here, and now y'all got me over here in some foolishness. I would understand that. But he in his feelings because it was just a lot going on, which I understand. I already told y'all I be having to take me a mental health day sometime. Like, they be really trying me. That one day I couldn't even believe that I had to take a mental health day. I came in, had to work in the most hated department, and I'm like, all right now, you're like, y'all doing the most. But yeah, y'all. So I'm talking to him, and he was like, man, yeah, I had to take a half. They was trying me. So y'all know if you talk or deal with somebody long enough, sometimes you pick up on some of their mannerisms and some of the things they say. He ain't never used to say nobody trying him until he started talking to me. Because I always tell him how people be trying me, especially the side heifer. So tell me why, within this conversation, he gonna say to me, first of all, which things should I discuss first? Because, child, okay, so remember I told y'all I'm gonna wait a little while on telling him about the person who be reaching out to me every single day and who is basically gunning for his spot, if you will. At least that's the way I explained it to him. I was like, you know, you got somebody gunning for your spot, right? He was like, man, every time I turn around, somebody gunning for my spot. It ain't no surprise. Like, he used to be like kind of rah-rah about it, but now it's like every time he turn around, people do be setting it off over me. And I just be like, I don't know what for. Y'all, I don't be interested in 99% of the people who be interested in me. Like, no chemistry. Even if they find, it's something about them that just made me be like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. It's just something, I usually could just feel it. And I'm like, nah, I ain't got time for it. So anyway, I thought about it, and I was like, it's somebody who you can't stand. So he was like, who? And so I was like, just think about it. I'm not going to tell you, think about it. Think real long and hard about it. So he thought about it. The first name, well, the first person he described was the person that I was talking about. So the way he said it, I was dying laughing. I was dying laughing because he could not stand that man. He was like, man, he lazy. He just was going all, he could not stand that dude. The way he be reading him, the way he reads you calmly, then his accent, it just make everything worse. And so I was dying laughing. So yeah, y'all, I done went on ahead and told him about that. So he was like, if I need to, I will I'll tell him that you're my woman. I was like I don't want everybody up in there knowing my business or is trying to speculate nothing, whether it end up turning into something or not or whatever. But I mean, if he do it, then it is what it is. I'm like, look, that's up to you. If you want to tell him, like, don't roll up on her, like, I'm trying to build something with her. If you want to do that, and then you actually start showing improving, cool. But you ain't doing nothing but showing your cards, because he know that there is a couple of people. He knows that there are a few people up in there who live for me. And if you was to roll up on him and say that, he gonna know you the main one trying to roll up. So, I don't know. Anyway, he's bold enough to do it because he's told other people that before. The guy I told y'all about who his father passed away on his birthday, which was the 3rd of September. A day I'd always remember. That's why I hate that actually real life happened to him, because that's a whole song about their daddy dying on their birthday. But yeah, that's how I remember his birthday. Like, before he went out for his birthday, because he was going to take off for his birthday, he told me when his birthday was. And so I sung the song for him, and he was laughing. So then he was out for a lot longer. And I was like, oh, he took off was like for 2 days. What's going on? Then come to find out, my friend, he ended up telling me, even though, kind of confidentiality or whatever, but he knew I was cool with him. He knows that me and this dude are cool. So he told me that his dad passed away. So I was like, golly. Anyway, y'all, he told him, he tells him specifically these words every single time he tells me this, explaining the situation, how he let him know that I'm off limits. He just be like, that's my baby right there. That's my baby right there. I'd be like, oh my gosh, why do you do this? So the next thing I'm gonna tell y'all before I get into some more of the conversations that he and I had, tell me why he saw the married man. The married man meaning the man that the side heifer loses her mind over and is a dummy for. So he just saw him within the last 5 to 7 days, right? He randomly brought it up in conversation. And so he was like, yeah, I ran into him the other day, right? I was like, oh, okay. So he was like, yeah, man, he was talking to me. He asked me about you. I said, huh? Roll it back. Because I really be feeling like I be hearing things. Because I'm like, why would he be taking it upon himself to ask you about me at all? Like, for what? So he was like, he asked me about you. I said, I really don't know why he be asking about me. Man, y'all already know. He done rolled up again to my son. So, y'all done something or something? Y'all went out? Like, what happened? I was like I already told you before, this man has never gotten so much as a handshake, hug, or nothing from me. I don't understand why he rolling up on you asking about me as if he's interested. Like, why? So, I think that when it comes to him, as of right now, he ain't really, putting his cards out there. Because I've been making it plain, like ever since before he revealed to me, I guess is what I would want to say, that he liked me like that. He has, kind of been like, okay, let me see what she got going on. Kind of trying to, piece together what my life might consist of before we actually started working together. And then he could really gather what was going on with me. But he eventually asked me what my relationship status was and all that stuff. So that's the only reason why he knows, or eventually knew at that time. So it's like, oh, well, you single, then why he rolling up and he's supposed to be married? He rolling up on you, unlike, you can't really speak because you was rolling up on me and you was married too, sir. But I'm just saying. So it's like, he thinking something going on. I'm like, I promise you, ain't nothing going on. Like, and it's not like I'm answering him like I have to. He and I are friends. So I don't mind talking to him about stuff. I don't mind, explaining certain things or whatever. So, I can, do all of those things with discretion. I can use discretion when doing that. So anyway, y'all, he's still doing the most. And I'm just like, golly. And like I told y'all before, something going on with his vehicle. His vehicle is out of commission. So the side have been bringing him to work. But he ain't been to work the last few days and ain't supposed to come back no more till Tuesday. And I'm like, what's going on with that? Because ain't no vacation or nothing like that by his name. So anyway, y'all, tell me why. Let me calm down, because we had some really bad thunderstorms yesterday. I see a little branch in the street. And I'm not going to run over and puncture my tire. A lot of people don't think of stuff like that. But my father taught me how to drive. So I'm going to definitely do what I got to do. So I ain't got to worry about that. Anyway. I'm at the house, as y'all can see. But yeah, y'all. Let me turn this off. I don't understand what the married man be asking people about me for. I don't understand. I'm very confused. Let me see. You bring me a little bit closer. Yeah, I wasn't trying to do all that. My bad. But anyway, I know I look raggedy, y'all. I'm just trying to hold on to these braids for a couple of more weeks, because I don't know. I be getting that itch. I be wanting to just... Oof. Anyway. So, me and the divorced man started talking. And so he's talking to me and he was like, well, you know that I've missed you and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, I can't tell. He loves to tell me how he missed me whenever we really actually have a conversation. And so I'm like, well, I can't tell. Like, what are you talking about? So, y'all, I took it upon myself to do like I told y'all I was going to do. I told y'all I'm a G, and I'm like, look, I need to know what's going on here, because how you going to tell me, oh, I want to take you out on a date, I want to do all these things, whatever, and you had the opportunity and didn't? He was like, well, I had to work that weekend, because I asked him about that soul festival. He was like, well, I had to work that weekend. I was like, okay, I had to work too, but I took off. He was like, well, I wouldn't have never thought you was going to go to nothing like that when that's your normal day to work. I was like, well, if you would have asked, you would have, known what my answer was going to be. Like, I used to do stuff like this all the time. I used to go to stuff like this all the time. So he was like, well, I didn't know. And I'm like, well, for future reference, I love stuff like that. And I explained to him that, if that had, that situation would have happened the way it happened, and, I probably still would have paid for my friend to have a ticket, and he just would have been on one side, she would have been on the other, just like she came with somebody else, even though they went somewhere else, and it was just she and I the entire time. It just would have been the three of us sitting there. And I probably would have jumped up and been dancing on him and all that. See, that's something a lot of people don't understand, that even though, like, I have my moments where I seem like I'm shy and all this other stuff, I am. But it's like I have moments where I'm like, I want to do this. I want to get up and dance. I want to, like, if I feel it in my soul, I want to get up and dance. And I've asked my ex to actually go out dancing before, and he looked at me like, nah. And I'm like, but I don't want to be that person that goes out and finds somebody else to dance with. I want to be able to dance with my actual man. Like, so I never got to experience going out dancing and all that other stuff. Like, I'm not trying to club. Like, I'm not a club person. I know that that's not meant for me. And y'all excuse me. Like, I didn't wash my face, but I do the most before I leave the house. Then I did the most when I got to work. And my skin's still doing a lot. It's some stuff I'm gonna get from the place I just got the tea from. When, I don't know. But I've been hearing amazing things. But hopefully it'll help this oily situation, because it's like you wouldn't even fit. To me, just touching it don't even feel oily. My bad. So anyway, y'all, I just straight up told him, like, that was a situation, like, I would have been dancing on you and some more. Like, what's up? What we talking about? He was like, man, I ain't know. I had to work that weekend because his last day of the week is Saturday. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. I put in to be off because I wanted to be there. And so he was like, okay. So he acting like he taking notes, because we could have went there. And no matter who we ran into, if they saw us together, it just would have been what it was going to be. So now he feels some type of way because he wants to display us being out and about in public and all this other stuff. He wants to show me off and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I be feeling some type of way about that, because y'all already know I'm not convinced that I'm going to be in a thriving relationship at any point in my life ever again. Well, I mean, I've never really had a real relationship. It was like, it was in my mind, it was great at first. So yeah, y'all, I don't know. So since that's my thought process right now, then I don't know. I just really don't know. Y'all want to whoop this camera around so y'all can see this man. He's like, he like dyes his hair all kinds of colors. He walks this, like, I don't know what kind of dog this is. But today, he just has on a, dang, I wish I remembered the name of it. But he ain't got no shirt on. He white. And it's a, I don't know why I can't think of it. But since it's, on the hotter side, and all he doing is walking down the street. Oh, I wish y'all could see this. Wait a minute. I wish y'all could see this. It's like body jewelry, but I can't even think of it. Oh my gosh. I used to know the name of it, but it's something that people who are like goth and like all into alternative stuff, like really, really hard, and wear the mascara and stuff, they would wear stuff like this. I don't know why I can't think of the dang name of the thing he got on. Shoot. But anyway, dang, I wish I could show y'all that. So anyway, back to the story. He just always amazes me. Like when it's cold outside, y'all, I wish y'all could see, like anytime I see him, like something about him always catches my eye because I'm weird too. But he's just on a different level of weird. Like I look normal on the outside most of the time, but other times it's like, oh, you weird. You're weird today. Like, no, I'm weird all the time. Y'all can't tell. But anyway, y'all, so he's talking to me. We didn't got past that about the dating. And so he's still talking about he wants to date me. Child, he randomly asked me again, so when the next time you going to Alabama? I said, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out now. I told him that I have 1 week of vacation left that I have to take all together. And one of those days is going to be a day that I'm going to set aside to get my car inspected and all that stuff. And so he was like, well, you already know, whenever you do go, I'm trying to go with you. Are you trying to fly or are you trying to drive? I was like, to be honest, I really don't know. And he straight up told me, like, look, like every time he talks to me about this, he adds something else to it. So he was like, well, just know, like, I get my own hotel room and everything because I'm sure you probably are going to want to stay with your folks. And I was like, well, I mean, I'll be up in the room with you. I had to explain to him that my parents are like me. I don't want nobody in my space. Like, I don't even want it's crazy. I don't even want my friends to be at my place. And it's only because I don't like where I live. It's not something that I would show off to anybody or be proud to have somebody walking through my house. I'm not going to give you a tour of my place. Like, I hate where I live. So anyway, y'all, my folks, he coming back up the other way. Okay. They don't like visitors. Like, my mama and daddy have been notified, like, as somebody was en route to the house, oh, we in town. Don't care where you coming from. Oh, we in town. We gonna drop by. And they were like, yeah, what you're not gonna do is that. The door ain't gonna be unlocked. You're not gonna be welcomed here. Like, the dogs are gonna bark, and that's all that's gonna happen. That's the only action that's gonna happen. My folks don't play that. Do not pop up at our house. We don't like that. So, but yeah, of course, my family would know that I'm coming. And I told him the most that probably would happen is that, you know, depending on the situation, because I don't know between now and December, I don't know what's going to happen with my mama. She has a lot of stuff she has to think about, very, very major decisions, some of which can be life or death. Like, it's just a lot. And I know we've been waiting on some miracles to happen and all that stuff too in conjunction with it. Oh, I didn't know he was barefoot today too. He done went woof. Dang, I wish I could tell y'all the name of these things. It's like body jewelry, but it's like, if I had to think of it, it's like if you put it around your head or put it on you, however you put it on you, so it's draping across your whole body, over your whole body. It looks like a spider web, but it's like chained jewelry. But it's like body jewelry. I can't think of the name of it. It's making me mad because I used to know what this stuff was called because I'm weird. It's just something I wouldn't wear unless I had like a bodysuit or something on. But he just got his skin out and with it on. He barefoot, something terrible. Man, all this storm, I'm trying to tell y'all, he just walked over all kinds of sticks and stuff. I don't like walking on the ground. And I know that's a part of my grounding that I need to get, you know, in touch with and in tune with, but it's okay. So anyway, y'all, this man talking about he trying to go. Still talking about he trying to go. Still trying to roll up with me. And I'm like, sir. But anyway, if he does come, I already told him he probably ain't gonna be able to come to the house because they are very finicky about that. And worst case scenario is that my daddy will link up with us somewhere. We'll go out to eat. Best case scenario is my mama has made a full recovery, and is able to get out for a little bit, and we'll go out. All of us will go out. I don't know about my brother. My sister might be willing to meet him. I don't know, but I know my daddy is. My daddy is everything. My daddy is me. I'm my daddy and my daddy is me. So like, long as, you know, you don't end up being on some kind of foolishness, like I talk to you, I hang out with you, like whatever. So I told him that that's the best of, and like he was understanding of that. He was like, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine." You know, main person he do want to meet is my daddy because he want to take him off to the side and was like, "I really like your daughter, and I know she's scared to really date and all this other stuff, but I see myself with her. I see a future with her. I see myself marrying her someday and all this other crap." Because he didn't already told me all of this. Child, I would have to be living it for me to believe that any of this is gonna actually happen. But yeah, y'all. But yeah, we was just having a conversation, and he just was letting me know that he's still very much so interested. I'm still trying to pawn him off on other people, but he looking at me like, nah. I said to him, I'm over here diverting the conversation, and I was like, so, you know, I have a question for you. He was like, okay, what's that? I said, when you have a baby shower and the wedding, will I be sent an evite or an invite of some sort? Can I still get an invite? Because, you know, we friends. Oh, See, this is why I should have went on in the house. This person doing the most. I hate when people roll up. Anyway, so yeah, y'all. So he was like, well, no, because I plan on being with you. So you won't need an invite. And if ain't no more babies coming from me, like I'm not going to be contributing to creating any more children unless it's a baby with you. Because I already told you I want to have a daughter with you. I'm like, Lord, because he has all sons. I'm like, Lord have mercy. What is going on here? So yeah, he done went off yet again with that. So I'm going to tell y'all this last thing, and then I'm going to go ahead and let you go. So we was talking, and tell me why, keep in mind, in the moment when he asked me this, he at home, which is 45 minutes to an hour away, driving the speed limit, bare minimum. He gonna say, so can I come over? I said, huh? He was like, can I come over? Like, it was still early. It had maybe been like an hour or two since I had gotten off work. Like, I was still fully awake. I was good. So I was like, what you mean? He was like, I mean, you know how I do. He was telling me, you know, how he done lost his mind. I'm sorry. He done sat up here talking about as of late, he'll get to work like 3 and 4 hours ahead of time and won't be able to clock in until like, he's allowed to clock in like 30 minutes early only because he is the one who's always going to get the schedule. So nobody's trying him for clocking in at that time versus the time we're supposed to clock in, which is no earlier than 16 minutes till. So I said, what's wrong with you? What you mean you getting to work 2 to 4 hours early? He was like, man, a lot of times I just be sitting in the parking lot chilling. I just sit in the parking lot, or I go inside and I just sit. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I promise y'all, it be taking everything in me for me to get there on time so that I can be there for the meeting. But yeah, y'all, this is what I was going to leave y'all with. And then I'm going to run. And y'all going to be like, wait a minute, you can't just run like that. Yes, I am. I'm about to run right now. So we was talking. And so I told him, no, he can't come. And so I was like, well, he was like, well, when is the next time I can see you then? Because I'm trying to see you. I ain't seen you in a while, whatever, like outside of work. So I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm really, y'all, I done told this man, like, what about fall? Like September, October, November. So he was like, no, what? No, he ain't trying to hear that, child. So I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I got so much anxiety. Like, y'all don't understand. My anxiety be so high. And so he was like, well, when's the next time I can see you? Well, what about, so I was like, okay, maybe, what about Tuesday or something? Like, Tuesday or Wednesday, like when I get off. I shouldn't have to be drafted to work. So I should be able to work my normal schedule and then get off. Like, I don't know. So then he was like, okay. But then all of a sudden he gonna say, well, what about tomorrow, which is today? And I was like, wait a minute, what? We just established that I was gonna try my best to be present in the moment on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. What is going on here? Child, he's supposed to be coming here because today is his last day of work. So like yesterday, he was gonna leave home to come up here. So now he gonna leave home, come up here, and then he gonna go to work. So he gonna talk to me for a little while. Child, he gonna rub my feet. He's about to rub my feet. That's what he finna do. So yeah, I'm about to go take a shower so I can wash the day off because I'm exhausted. I was sweating to death today. Like, it was bad. Anyway, yeah, I'm about to go take a shower and make sure my feet are ready. Ain't no polish on them. He don't be caring about that stuff though. But my toes actually look cute. I'm like, wait a minute. I've had people tell me how cute my toes are. And I'm like, y'all gotta calm down. It's only because I can't think of what color polish I want to put on. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me mumble on and on. I'm about to go in here and take a shower. I'm tired. Like, my voice trying to leave me. And we supposed to link up. Like, I don't know how long this is going to take. Like, I mean, I'm saying I don't know how long it's going to take. Meaning, I don't know. It's supposed to meet up, like, within the next hour or so. So, we'll see. But he finna rub these feet, though. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later on. Have a good day and weekend. Bye.